no mistakes early. Stick to the game plan. Don't concede early.
Good afternoon.
Try and play yourself into the game.
And both teams have been in situations like this before.
Been evening for about
Big
55
game
minutes.
is on display tonight, and I'm just so excited to see, not only Everberg, but Jenny Moser. The list could go on, really. And also, I want to give a mention to Ashwala because she's got a lot of goals this year. She's played in 50% left of the game, scored loads of goals, and I expect her to come off the bench and strengthen their back line.
And there really is a real story here as far as Lyon are concerned. And I remember a certain Ian Wright once said to me, Seema, you know what, it's one thing getting to the top, but the hardest thing is to stay there. And that's what that Lyon team have found out.
They found that out, and Barcelona, like I said, are justifiably got so much hype the way they've been spoken about. But like again, Lyon are in transition, they've got themselves a fantastic team, and they're back where they know where they should be. So it's a great matchup.
It is indeed a great matchup. Well, there are many queens, but there is only one crown. Who will be crowned the champions of the Uefa Women's Champions League 2022? It's time to find out and hand you to your commentary team of Lucy Ward and Pete Moulenstein.
Well, there is the reward for whoever wins tonight, and it is a lively crowd inside the Juventus Stadium.
Leonardo Cousins.
The Champions League
AKA
trophy.
the underdogs. Oh.
There it is, in all of its glory, and the two sets of teams will be walking past the trophy very shortly.
In the men's
And
game
how
with the
much it
Champions
will
League
mean to both sides to lift that at the end of this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the finalists of the Uefa Women's Champions League 2022. Your teams, Barcelona.
So here they come, the two captains, Alexia Putellas and Wendy Renard, leave their teams onto this Italian turf in a walk they have all dreamed of. It's a fitting title for what has been one of the greatest Champions League seasons, and it's a proud night for French and Spanish football. The stage is set in Turin.
Turin. I thought it was at Nou Camp. Turin's in it, ain't it? Oh wait, why was I thinking it was in fucking Italy? I'm stupid. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, will be the men's Champions League. And me and my friends will be a video. Or I might do a live. Real Liverpool, won't we? Just wondering if they're going to win the domestic treble tomorrow, whether Man City will slip up.
Well, it's two of Europe's absolute best tonight. The current holders, Barcelona, against seven-time winners, Lyon, in the Women's Champions League final. And this is the team for Barcelona. It's unchanged from last weekend's win over Atletico Madrid, and just one change from their last Champions League outing. Mariona Caldente comes in for Anna Maria Činagorčević, who is on the Barcelona bench. The captain, Alexia Putellas, is Barcelona's top scorer in all competitions this season. Well, sixth of today's starting 11 for Barcelona were the team who started that defeat against Lyon in the Champions League final 3 years ago. And there's the on-field officiating team. And the two teams gathered together to have their pre-match photos, and it's a photo they will all remember for the rest of their lives. Well, the two captains, Wendy Renard and Alexia Putellas, go through their pre-match rituals. Lina Letavara from Finland has the honour of refereeing her first UEFA Women's Champions League final. Tiago Martins from Portugal is on the VAR. Well, it's it's one change for Lyon from their last league match against Paris FC as Damaris Egarola makes way for Melvin Mallard. Lyon, though, are unchanged since their win over PSG in their last Champions League outing. It's a 10th Champions League final for Wendy Renard, a competition record. Well, Lucy Ward alongside me, and Lucy, the atmosphere inside this stadium is electric, and some of the players that we will be seeing tonight, it is going to be a special night for them.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's the bottom line. And both of these
Yeah,
teams
just
have
got a
got
stiff neck for some
world-class
reason.
players in it, and it's who can come out on top. Now, it looks like the fans in the crowd is mostly Barcelona. There's a pocket of Lyon fans, but those Lyon players won't care because they are experienced. They do not want this Barcelona team to take their crown forever. So there's a lot at stake tonight.
Well, they're going to have to try and stop a player in form, and one of those players, Alexia Putellas, who we saw just then. Wendy Renard on Lyon's side, though, playing in her 10th Champions League final as the players take the knee to continue the message that there is no room for racism. Well, it's Lyon who get us underway in the 2022 Women's Champions League final. There is a score to settle between Barcelona and Lyon, and we are expecting a spectacle on the biggest stage of European football, and the world is watching. Lucy Ward alongside me to go through what is one of the most highly anticipated finals.
Yeah, I look at this Barcelona team and they completely dominate nearly every team that they play against in the league and in Europe so far. So I'm really intrigued to see how Lyon cope with them.
Well, early pressure already.
Two players done
Lyon
already.
got themselves a foul, and you can hear the crowd inside here. There is so many Barcelona fans. There was a foul that came in from Bonmati onto Lindsay Horan.
That's
Oh,
harass
a one
from the
for
USA
Iran.
team.
And already, even in the first 30 seconds, just the numbers that Lyon just committed forward to try and press Barcelona quite high. Horan, we know, is a physical player, but she will also get forward and create something for her team. She will not want to see her go off, so hopefully she's okay.
Well, there is Sonia Bonpastor, the Lyon manager. Won the Champions League as a player. Is looking to become the first manager to win the Champions League as a player and a manager.
And also, Pete, this is the first set piece. We talked a lot about set pieces before the game and how Lyon could use it to their advantage. We'll see what they've got in the locker in terms of a free kick.
The first set piece comes in. It was a straight effort on goal from Basha.
Yeah, at first I thought it was Macario that was going to take that, and it has to be something special there.
Here's Putellas. Taken away, and already Lyon have got an opportunity to try and create another opportunity. And it goes, and the header's there, a little backflip actually.
Ooh.
From Mallard.
Really aggressive
Got some
start
erections from that
Lyon,
fight.
pressing Barcelona high. And doing it right at the start of the game where they think there may be some nerves in this Barcelona team. I'm not so sure there is, but they're struggling to get out.
Well, it's just Jenny Amoso who was the only player in Lyon's half waiting for the ball to arrive. As you said, Lucy, Lyon already really putting the pressure on this Barcelona side, and I guess is that the game plan from them, because not many teams do that to Barcelona.
Yeah, you've got to be careful because they have the capabilities to play around you very quickly. They move the ball very quickly and get bodies up the pitch. But you know, if you're winning the ball in your final third against a team, you're right on top of goal, so it gives you an opportunity.
Here's Hegerberg. Just missed Mallard, and it's given back to Barcelona and Bonmati. Happy Lyon.
I think what you're trying to see here, Pete, is Lyon trying to stop Barcelona from dominating the ball, which is where they're comfortable.
Al dente into Putellas. Bonmati again. This time it's Torrejón. Graham Hansen, who likes to keep herself on those wings and get those crosses in. Lyon have dealt with it well. It's Basha Who has to come under a bit of pressure from the Barcelona captain Alexia Putellas. She gets away with it and finds Hegerberg. Hegerberg up against Paredes and play goes on. Hegerberg thought she was taken down there. A little bit just of a fight between the two, wasn't there? Just to try and claim that ball. Here's Irina Paredes, who was the captain of the PSG side that knocked Lyon out last season in the Champions League. So she knows all too well how to play against one of Europe's best teams. Escarino was stolen away there by Rolfert. Here's Bonmati. A little bit of space opening up now for Barcelona. You can hear the crowd. They are enjoying this. As soon as Barcelona come forward, they've given the ball away again, and it just seems the pressure is getting to them at the moment, Lucy.
Yeah, but that's the risk when Lyon get the ball forward. You see Barcelona got up the pitch in 2 or 3 passes then, and that's where they're most dangerous.
Hegerberg. This is a pacey run forward. Has to go up against Paredes, who's done well just to put her off. And that is brilliant defending. Basha. Back to Hegerberg. Just waiting for the options to arrive. Henry came in on Putellas, and it's Henry with the effort. Oh, wow! Amandine Henry with a spectacular goal for Lyon. How much does that mean? That was a strike from Amandine Henry. Her 3rd goal in the competition, and that could quite possibly be one of the most important goals she scores.
What a strike that was, and they started the game really well, strongly won, wasn't it, by Henry? She wanted to leave it, and that's a long way out to be able to beat Paños from there. What a strike. Barcelona were complaining about it may have been a foul, but it was quite strongly won, wasn't it? But absolutely no chance with that. What an effort that was from Henry. Terrific start.
Oof.
Goal of the season.
She takes after someone else.
Amandine Henry, take a bow. What a way to start the Champions League final. And Lyon, who've been the more comfortable team in the opening 5 minutes, have got their rewards.
Yeah, they've been brave, they've been aggressive. You take risks when you put bodies forward to try and win it high up, and it's rattled Barcelona, and obviously it was an unbelievable strike by Henry.
Well, it's not the start that Jonathan Quijaldez, the Barcelona coach, would have wanted from his side. And it's not often that Barcelona find themselves behind.
So it's very early in the game, and I think Lyon has started to be very physical in the individual duels, which is what I talked about before the game. And however good a player you are, if you're confronted physically one-on-one, it's very, very difficult to continue your passing game that you're very good at. So Barcelona just need to try and get some composed possession together now.
There's Mapillon. Caldente looking for Mosso. They're starting to have options now. And it's Rolfert who's on that left-hand side. Gets around. Well, the referee, I don't think, blew a whistle. I can't hear because there's so much screaming going on inside this stadium. And I think that's what Rolfert's saying as well. She can't hear the whistle.
Yeah, I think she thought she'd heard a whistle because she seemed to stop. I mean, she got past Carpenter, didn't she? And Lyon, I'm not sure it was a foul there, and Rolfer's up there. And I think at that point she thought that she heard a referee's whistle, and the referee hadn't blown a whistle at that point.
Well, Amandine Henry, who is so experienced in this competition. Let's have a look at that goal again, because my word, that is an incredible goal.
Well, you just see it goes from the outside of the goal inwards, so Paños absolutely no chance. What a strike that is. You see how much it means, and it's been a fast start. They've taken on fluids already. It's warm in this stadium, and it's a physical start. How long they can keep that up who knows, Lyon, but that's obviously the game plan. Well, there was no celebrations from the Lyon boss, Sonia Bonpastor, when that goal went in. I'm sure she was very impressed herself, but it's still such early stages and anything can happen in this game. Well, Barcelona are set up for their corner kick because this is what happened in the build-up to that. Carpenter on the feet seems to be okay. We'll have to go off the field though until this corner is taken. It's the first real bit of work that Christian Endler, the Lyon goalkeeper, has had to do. Corner in for Barcelona, and Torrejon, who's a decent header, just wide. Terrific start to this Champions League final. If you're going to beat a team like Barcelona, then you have to do something well, and you have to do it well for 90 minutes. There's a lot of time left in this game where we know about the qualities that Barcelona have, and it'll be interesting to see how they react. Khadisha Buchanan for Lyon is warming up.
Shit, almost been off the match. Oh, that's
An
what gets me
option
sitting in that
defence,
same
and
position.
Carpenter has to make way.
Oh dear.
Ball through here. Bonmati.
Oh, look, where is everybody? It's going to be 1-1 now,
also could
probably.
be in, and
Oh,
it's an important save from Endler.
no. Jeffrey Nobel, where the fuck is it?
And Lyon were just caught out slightly. Graham Hansen. Bonmati to Torrejon. Graham Hansen looking for a bit of space as Hermoso, who tried to take over, and it was a bit of miscommunication really, and Renard got straight in there. They've got the ball back though, Barcelona. Ball in from Paredes, just skipped away from Caldente. The referee is letting this game flow for both teams. She's let the strong challenges go and not whistle for a foul.
Yeah.
Into Hermoso. Not too many complaints from the Barcelona fans with that one, but the fans inside this stadium had plenty. Karan.
Oh, sorry.
Back to Renard.
Did you not fucking see it when you come in? No. The bloody glasses then.
Wendy Renard, who's making history again in her 10th final. And she's sort of Carpenter just seemed to buckle as she started to run to try and get that ball, and whether she slipped on a turf, something's happened seriously. I think to her knee. She'd fallen on it earlier in the earlier challenge, but you can see there just she's in some pain. Well, Khadisha Buchanan for Lyon is ready to come on, and this is an early forced change then for Lyon, which of course was never in the script for them. I do think though, Pien, that Barcelona will not panic, because they know at some point they're going to have periods of this game where they completely dominate the ball. You know that Lyon are not going to be able to keep them out all the time, so it's choosing your passes, and already a couple of times it's taken them 2 or 3 passes. They like to dominate the centre of the pitch. They go up the middle of the pitch, and they've got him behind Lyon a couple of times, so they will be not panicking. That is Ellie Carpenter's evening over, and you can feel the disappointment for her, because this must be such a huge occasion. Getting into a Champions League final, playing in one of the most anticipated finals, and having to come off, having not even played 15 minutes. It's a massive game for her. She's done a lot of interviews prior to the game about playing and training with these quality players and how it raises her level. And such a disappointment to come off so early. And there's the change then. Kadisha Buchanan replaces Ellie Carpenter. And it seems as though Mbok has moved to that right back position. Lucy, and Kadisha Buchanan comes in as a centre half. They've given it away, and Barcelona in possession. Bonmati tries to pick this up, but it's left instead for Putellas. Guharo, and here's Torrejon. Nearly got to 15 minutes. They only had to make a change. This will disrupt them because the fullbacks are key for the way that they play, and Carpenter's perfect, as is Basher at the other side to get herself forward. Well, the last thing that Barcelona want is to go down with more goals, because this is what happened to them in that 2019 final. They were 4-0 down by half time. But they are a much different side to the team that played 3 years ago. And here's Rolfer, who's looking to create a chance, and that's a beautiful opportunity, and they just couldn't take it, Barcelona. Jenny Hermoso was there, and she couldn't get the shot away in front of an open goal. That's perfect play from Rolford. Early ball in, but
What's she doing, fuck's sake?
Defended from Basher. She's smart.
She's got a bit on.
Centre of gravity. She gets to the other side of Hermoso. She can have a tap it. Well, the chances are starting to come in thick and fast now for Barcelona. Hermoso. Back to Rolfer.
Frosty.
Putellas. Finds Torrejon. Looking to have a little bit more look on the right hand side. Barcelona with Graham Hansen.
No, of course not. No one can see Dad's pass, man.
Guharo. Torrejon. Here's Graham Hansen again. Lovely bit of footwork.
I just really saw.
Caldente. Ball intercepted. Lyon have it back to Hegerberg. They're looking to release Cascarino, but Rolfer spotted it and got there first. It's actually strange that the goal seems to have affected Lyon more than it's affected Barcelona. They can't get out anymore, and they have the width, and at the moment they've only got Hegerberg as the outlet ball, and it's so difficult for her when she's 2 or 3 players around.
He always goes on about people in the group. Oh, they live round the corner. Why are they late? Yeah, he lived down the road. He's late. He lived across the road to his school. He was always late.
Try and create something again, but she just can't get past. The Lyon defence, who are being so controlled, so patient as well.
I mean, I can't blame
them. Not letting Barcelona have that threat on goal.
Why? Across to the school. Oh, school? Well, remember, the school was opposite his house. Yeah, but it's not on at 6 o'clock, is it? Not what? It's not school at time at 6 o'clock. No. I'm just talking about the fact that Dad was late for school when
she's already had a very busy evening, Sam Basher. I'll tell you what, she's a good defender, and she's going to have to be at her best tonight. And we'll talk about being physical, but there's a line that you cannot step over as a Lyon player, and they're just living on the edge of it in some of the tackles. She's always involved. Putellas. Wherever the ball is, she's usually there.
Can you see the TV from there?
Lyon.
Anyway, so don't worry.
Perhaps looking for Graham Hansen. I think he'll be happy with his team's response to going 1-0 down. They've got into the rhythm. The 2 centre backs just sit in the opposition's half, and then the rest of them get themselves forward, and that's how they attack teams, just from the sheer overloading numbers. Well, it's been an exciting start to this Champions League final. It is already everything that we thought it would be. Lyon getting that early lead
There's a fantastic strike from Henri.
Dexter, isn't the back door open?
Gutierrez gets the ball back.
Oops.
Here's Mallard. Stop trying.
I just opened it and it come back in there.
Not too bad. I mean, I want to be a fan of the beers.
Worse than each other. It doesn't even taste. It only tastes just
Oh, it's given away. This is a bit nervy for Barcelona at the back. He just didn't quite clear it. They've still got it here. Lyon is Hegerberg. Decided to go from distance too. Actually works the pitch quite clumsily, really, Lyon, but trying to physically force it. It's difficult for Hegerberg if she hasn't got the likes of Mallard around her and Cascarino. Then she cannot get in these positions. They have to commit players forward and put the ball at risk in that final third. Wolf. It's a little bit like cat and mouse as well, because Barcelona like to play in central areas, whereas for Lyon to be successful in this game, they need to get the ball out wide. So it's that wrestle in between where you have possession on the pitch. Got it on with the ball over to Anamoso and now Graham Hansen. Anamoso just getting pushed off the ball there. Henri and Mallard, the two players who were surrounding her.
Through there and stay. I'm through the car, you know.
Also plays a really important part of this Barcelona team, but a lot of the time it's like a false nine. She drops, just allows space, she drags defenders. If she doesn't drag defenders, then she has the ball played into her feet, and such a clever player. Quite unique in the way she plays the women's game. Back with that ball over to Cascarino. Looking to cross it in again, and it just took an important touch. Now Bonmati will try and carry the ball up the field. As a player, is there a sense of when you know you've been heavily beaten by a team before, do you feel that fear? Does that fear stick with you from 3 years ago? No, Barcelona are not fearful. They are not scared. They know that they've grown since then, and they've come here today to show Lyon that they are the queens now of this Champions League. That's what makes it so fascinating. Here's Mallard. Basha was coming in, and that was an important defensive block from Graham Hansen, who got back just in time. The noise in the stadium is incredible, particularly when Barcelona do something good, but Basha is physically at the top of her game. Look where she is. A lot of defending. Looking for Macario, who looks to get it back, and it took a little bit of acrobatic work from Cascarino to keep that ball in.
It's not too bad at the bottom, is it? No, I mean,
Basha. Mallard, and it's over there, and that's 2-0.
wow.
It's the competition's all-time top goal scorer, Anna Hegerberg. And Lyon double their advantage. And you know how dangerous they can be when that ball gets placed in the right area. And Anna Hegerberg was there to make it 2. There's 2 bits of brilliance there. One was the cross, and the second was the movement and finish from Hegerberg. Unbelievable. And that she is a top-class striker. And she's going to dig this out here. Basha, look as she just peels away from both centre-backs. Neither of them know where she is. Paredes doesn't know where she is. Lyon found out far too late where she's just curled off at the far post, and what a finish that is. And that's 2 bits of brilliance
digging that ball out for a cross and then just pulling yourself away and making sure that you're in a correct position to put the ball away. But you know, they're probably not 2-0 better than Barcelona in terms of possession, but they have scored at massive, important moments in this game so far. Lyon 2-0 up against the current holders in the Women's Champions League final. Anna Hegerberg gets her 6th goal of this Champions League season. It's her 59th goal in the competition. When you get a ball placed like that, she's not going to miss, is she? But it's good by Basha in the first place. It was a terrific give and go. Well, Barcelona need to get a grip on this game. They want to get back into it. Because 2 opportunities from Lyon, and they've taken full advantage. Yeah, a little bit in the last 10 minutes or so, smash and grab that 2nd goal, but that's when you need your big players like Hegerberg to get in. Her movement is exceptional. Just that 2 or 3 yard that she just pulls away. Neither centre back who are top quality players knew where she was. Corner for Barcelona, and it will be Lyon. Paredes is running away at the far post, and it did took a hand from Edler just to send it away. That's a really good corner, just puts Edler under pressure, and she just got enough on it. It's well defended as well at the far post.
Been taking the vitamin D, son. Okay?
No.
Take from me for a week.
Well, they could be caught out again here. Barcelona and Paños had to do something there. Well, we've got the Spanish commentators next to us, and they're having fits watching this. They cannot believe that the team are 2-0 down, but I just think Lyon have just produced the right time. Barcelona have got a foothold in the game prior to the 2nd goal, but just not produced goal opportunities. Conejon looking to get that ball over to Hermoso, and she was asking for a handball onto Wendy Renard there. The referee was right in front of it, and let's play go on. Cascarino down the right side now for Lyon. Hegerberg's arriving again, and again a little bit of a mix-up perhaps between Paredes and Paños, but Paños able to hold on to that tightly. You know, it's a really strange game because the quality in possession in the final third, in terms of passing and possession, see there, that's just a defensive mistake and well dealt with by Paños. But that's come from Barcelona since the goal. Barcelona reacted well, but Lyon have got the 2 goals. Graham Hansen. Taken away by Selma Basha, who you have to say, Lucy, is having the game of her life. Both going forward and defensively, she's had to pop up in defence, and she got forward then. Caldente, driving run forward and can't get away from Wendy Renard, who just stops her in her tracks. Macario taken down. Macario needs to get involved a bit more in when Lyon win it back. She has to be in a position where she can receive it. It's so difficult. She's getting back and defending. Moran looking to play it forward, but in the end she plays it to one of the Barcelona players. Patrick Guijaro. Cross comes in, and that was always going to be Christian Enders. It's just mad, the momentum shift in the game, and Lyon had a lot at the start, and Barcelona had a lot, and then it's back to Lyon again, and we did expect that 2 heavyweights going up against each other. Neither want to give away this competition, this trophy. We need to win it.
For 1 week.
Voilà. See some of the Basha. Is there that extra pressure when you're playing right in front of your manager on that touchline?
Yeah, I
if you're on that
promised
left-hand
myself I'd
side,
behave
like Selma
myself
Basha
at
is,
breakfast
she's
every
got the
morning,
press,
and I
hasn't she?
did.
Yeah, but
And we had about 4 or 5
focused
courses
on
every
the
day.
game plan. I don't think she's compassed those one to shout out too much from the sideline. Well, having a drink's great because
inside the stadium. And in Turin, it's 33 degrees Celsius. It is an incredible heat, and they have to take a little bit of a break, Lucy, because this is difficult conditions.
It's
It
difficult
probably would have
conditions,
taken me
but it's
through to
also they're
bedtime.
working at
Only ever really
high
ate in the
intensity. I don't
evening
know
for
how
the,
both of these
for the
teams are going to
sake of
keep
it.
up the
We went to
intensity. I
theatre
think
on
that
Wednesday night,
both have been
and
a
I
little
didn't
bit
eat
rushed
anything
and
till
frantic
about
in
11
possession.
o'clock, and still
Barcelona have
weren't
settled a
really
bit more in
hungry.
possession, but in terms of producing something in the big
What I was
moments,
worried about.
Henry and that shot, and then Hegerberg, that piece of quality means that we're on a 2-0 up. But Barcelona,
Had to have
even
a
though
bloody
they will still
McDonald's.
think that they can
Well,
create chances, and while ever they can
Weren't my
create
choice.
chances,
We had
we were just watching the goal there, and I think
Yeah.
the referee has let
Where?
the game go in
Struck
terms
the
of a lot of
front
the
island.
physical stuff, and I think actually it's helped the game's respect.
One.
Terrific give and go by Basher, and she took that
Not
right
after we
out that
come out of
cross.
the
And
theatre at late at
that is
night.
absolute world-class movement from Hegerberg, because those two centre-backs are very, very good themselves. That in that split second, she knew where Basher was going to put it. Has this cooling break come at the right time for Barcelona, though? Do they need to just get their heads together and get themselves back in this game?
On the Monday
Yeah, they need
night.
to get themselves in terms of the possession that they
Tuesday
have.
night went to the
Quick passing at the
Wetherspoon.
moment, Leon, and just allowing them to
Wednesday
just
night had to
do
have
that in front of
McDonald's
them.
because
But
that was when it
it
was
will
too
take
late
a
for
lot
anything else.
physically for Leon to keep up
Thursday
with
night,
the passing
I
and
went
movement
into
of
the
Barcelona
Indian to
if
have a
they
curry.
can get it going again.
Looked at the portions they were
Well,
doshing up
Barcelona were ready to go.
and left. I had
Well,
another
the
bloody
Barcelona fans still
Wetherspoon.
in very good spirits,
It
but
was
there's
funny
still
because
plenty of time
two of the girls,
for Barcelona to get themselves back in this tie.
it was expensive, but
How
I
much
would
it
have
will mean
done
to
that.
them
It was
to get
just
back-to-back
the plate
titles.
and nothing they served
But
up.
they are facing
Mind you, it was a bit
an
ironic
uphill battle
because
against Europe's most successful team in Lyon.
there was
And
about
that's the
11
thing,
of
you
us
know,
in
that
there.
Lyon are not going to give this. We know 2-0 leads.
And
We've
two
seen
of
a
the
lot of
girls
games
had got
where
there
2-0 leads
slightly
have been
early.
pegged back, but
We'd
you know, you
already
would
ordered their
suspect that
dinner.
this Lyon team will be absolutely
Yeah.
determined to keep it like this and
The
search for
India.
other opportunities.
So
But
the
if there's
first
going to
thing
be
that
one team
happened
that
was
can
whilst
bring
we
this
were
2-0 back,
looking
it's
at what we want to
Barcelona,
order,
but we know that they can play it.
the girl next to
Well,
me
was looking for that
asked for a
ball
jug of
forward.
water with
And a
ice.
Hegerberg, who so often is just
And I
hanging
said,
around
yeah,
there
I
as
was
she's
going
such
with
a
that.
goal poacher.
So the typical little
You
pokey
get the
said,
ball to her. She can be deadly in front
can't
of
do
goal.
a jug of water.
All
I can
round
only
game
have
is
a
brilliant, like
bottle.
you say. She's fantastic in front of goal, but she's got a lot to do
And she
in this
said,
formation
I want
against
a
this
jug
team.
with ice. And he went, I'll give you a jug, but I can't give you any ice. Because we have to pay for the ice. And
Ball given away again, and now the space opening up, and
then
it's Monty
the
against
manager
one.
come
Nah,
back
And
and
come
went,
on.
Hegerberg trying to get past Paredes. Took a little bit of time, and got the shot away, and in the
crappy
end it
little
went
jug with about 2 blocks of ice in it.
way over.
So a
But
let off
whilst all
Barcelona
this was
again.
going on,
The
the
pressure's
two
high.
girls that had
It's
ordered,
terrific work
their dinner
out the
came
pitch.
out.
Allows Hegerberg to get on the edge of the
It was
area,
like
but
an
it's
hors
good
d'oeuvre.
defending by Paredes in the end. She just delayed,
Yeah,
just allowed others to get back in.
yeah, curry and rice. Crappy little
Quality
plate.
we wouldn't
2
expect
spoonfuls.
from Hegerberg.
So, the ones that didn't come in the weather,
Challenge, like I said,
in
the
the Indian
referees
had already
letting
checked them
quite a
and
lot
said,
of
we'll
these
come
sort
to
of challenges
Wetherspoon.
go. It's fine though.
And the price of that curry for
Well,
a
there's a yellow
curry,
card
rice and a naan bread would have been
shown
about
to
20
Mapili
quid.
on the first yellow card of the evening.
And curry
It
was,
wasn't
I
lunch
was
though,
saying it was
being-
$12.95.
She was late into it and just caught.
Well, places like that
Carry on.
don't
So,
they?
so I said to the girls, I'm off. They went, you can't just walk out. I said, okay. And they, because they were challenging me,
again by Hegerberg, and
I was being quite vocal
ball
about
away
it. I
here
said,
to
you
Lyon.
can't challenging me about walking out.
Hegerberg
You can't just walk
just
out like that.
waiting.
I said,
Malard was
okay.
there.
I said,
Back
if
to
you won't
Hegerberg,
pay
and
20
that's
quid for
three.
that, you must be offering that. And they all agreed it was terrible,
And
but none of
memories
them wanted to
of
go.
that 2019
So the boss
final
must have
will
heard
start
me
to
because
come
they all
flooding
got
back
massive
to Lyon
portions.
and also for Barcelona.
Oh, what's going on in this?
When they all got massive portions. Wetherspoon.
And it's Caterina Vicario
No one else left to go to.
who gets the third goal for Lyon.
But she went to the toilet
This is
for 30.
absolutely ruthless from Lyon. pressing high, getting bodies
Typical
around, and in the
package,
end,
basically.
just had to pass it into the back of the net. And Barcelona were all over the place at the back, but it's because they've been put under pressure. When we talk about good players, a lot of the times teams stand off Barcelona because they're frightened of being done in behind, but Lyon have a game plan where they're pressing high, they're getting numbers up there, and they're
I thought it was
choosing
going to be much closer. I didn't even know think Lyon were the favourites.
What's David?
Well, it's gone from bad to worse for Barcelona, and things are only getting better for Lyon. It's goal number 9 for Caterina Macario in the Champions League.
We have to pay for it.
She scored 6 goals in her last 6 Champions League appearances. And this is a very comfortable lead for Lyon in the first half, and they have been here before. 2019 Budapest final, Lyon 4-0 up at half-time, and they went on to lift that trophy, and they're doing it again against the same opposition in Barcelona. It's actually the last time they were 3-0 down in the game as well, and that shows you how far they've come since then.
Yeah.
This is ruthless from Lyon. They're going again.
Nice
Well,
rest.
it wouldn't have counted anyway, that header
Lots
from
of walks.
Mallard, because the flag was up.
Yeah.
All organised by Fred.
The game plan has been rehearsed. The high numbers up the pitch, pressing Barcelona, making sure that they can't pass that press, and it's and then obviously they have to score at the end of it, which they've done so.
What does the organiser do now?
And Mosso.
Must have done loads of research on the web and knew exactly where it was going.
Guteas.
No.
Take the scores on it, and Lyon have the ball back. And now it's 2 against 2 again. Macario.
Yeah, good try.
Scorer of goal number 3 for Lyon. Plays it off to Anna Hegerberg. Punched away by Panos.
I just couldn't sleep.
And it needed a good save.
Is it warm?
Terrific run. Toramon was just sucked into the middle and allowed that pass out to Hegerberg. Barcelona just need half time. They've got another 10 minutes to wait yet.
Windows wouldn't open.
Air conditioning as well. It's pretty good.
Here's Almosa. She's got options left and right.
Talking about their
Right is Graham Hansen, and she decides to go for it. Graham Hansen has to go away from Selma Basha.
But the funny thing is, the sleep deprivation didn't catch up on me at all until I got
I've
home.
never seen this version of the Barcelona team shook. They shake it. They're not making good decisions anywhere on the pitch.
And yeah, this theatre thing we went to on
Honestly, it had to be.
Wednesday night in the Stratford Playhouse, whatever it's called. It was a bunch of students doing like music from the musicals, so they were doing short versions of Mamma Mia and Les Mis and all sorts of musicals.
So Leon got a touch to it and trying to play it back to one of the
They did a
players, but
brilliant
Leon
job
had
of
just
it.
all over. Here's Bonmati.
Yeah.
Selma Basha
So ironic really
again
that
getting in the
my
way.
sacrifice
Opening that door
for a
for
small
Barcelona
portion, they said
every
they got
single
more than
time
they
they're not
put in.
gone.
I mean, there's massive profits in carries.
What's the part I put a few up though?
I know.
Then you know what you had in it.
It is.
Certainly the
She was
plates
brought
that
down.
Marion and her mate had wouldn't have done.
Referee has just let play go on quite often in this first half.
I think so.
Macario
Smaller than the Weatherspoon can.
crossed it.
Well, don't be okay.
Bob
The size
Oh,
of the
to play it in
Weatherspoon
for
can.
Mallard, who was arriving, but it was straight into the hands of
It's
Panos.
almost like if they had trouble making it cover a small plate. It wasn't even a dinner plate. Never mind.
Patrick Guihao.
Might have upset my stomach anyway, mind you, nothing else did there.
It's a roll.
Including my massive breakfast. What's that called? I go
See,
down
the
and I
work
go
ethic
bowl
of
of
this
fruit.
Lyon team is unbelievable. They knew that they have to work at this level for the whole of the game.
Chop up.
Yeah, that's nice.
Then I'd have a bowl of
Yeah,
cereal.
tried to
taken early to get away from Basha.
And have some
Barcelona
toast.
fans wanted to see it.
And then some croissants.
Foul played there by the referee, but again, play goes on.
You saw you managed to get out.
Guijarro on the way, now
Yeah.
Putellas can play it down. Guijarro back to Hermoso. Del Dente.
I had 2 cooked breakfasts on the
Guijarro
first
and
morning.
spots that Graham
And
Hansen
obviously
is
you can
open.
eat every morning, which I promised myself I would do. And it didn't really have any effect on me.
The box here. It was a decent delivery and it wasn't caught by Ender, and Renard had to go for
Amazing
safety.
what when you put stress into an equation, his stomach works differently.
Again, a good ball put in from this right-hand side
Yeah,
of
the
Barcelona.
first
Just
morning
play,
I
they
went,
don't
you
know how
know,
to play any other way
I
than the
ate
way that they're playing, which is just leaving those
egg
wide
hash
areas free
browns.
when they do lose possession.
What did I have? Tomatoes, baked beans,
Enzi Varane
and
recently joined
mushrooms.
up with Lyon from Portland Thorns.
A really nice grated mushrooms. And I ordered some
What a great time
vegetarian
to
sausages.
join this Lyon side and get into a Champions League final as well. Physically, I think she just offers that little bit more in that position, and that's exactly how you've had to be against this Barcelona team. Not give them any chance to get their head up and pick out a good pass.
Fred was bringing the plate out like a mountain for the bacon, eggs, sausage.
Well, got in the way.
Yeah, I don't know if he ate any of the other stuff.
Crowd are absolutely shocked by this. They did not expect this scoreline after 40 minutes. Well, to put it into context, Barcelona won their 7th league title this season. 6 matches to spare, so they're not a team that are used to losing. They haven't lost in the league at all.
When we arrived, all the
Graham
pictures
Hansen
on
with
the
the ball
web,
in, and there's the opportunity, and it's taken straight away.
When you arrived, it's like on a main city street with
It's the
industrial.
captain, Alexia Putellas.
Retail parks.
And could that be the goal against Barcelona right back into this Champions League final? I've said that Barcelona didn't change the way that they play. They keep passing it, they keep trying to create, keep overloading in wide areas, and they've actually been putting a really good ball in there. Rosenbach actually lost the ball there, but yes, it comes out wide. It's another terrific ball in from Hansen, and it's a superb finish from Putellas. And those sort of simple goals, passing into an area where they know a player's going to be, and a player that can finish like that is what Barcelona are all about, and they needed that before half time. Just a 2-goal deficit now for Barcelona,
out the front into
and it's really live in the crowd inside this stadium.
Turn round down into the canal from the main road. There's a tunnel.
This season's top scorer in the Champions League, Alexia Putellas, her 11th goal this season in this competition. She had to get involved, and what an important goal that could be, and what a time as well, Lucy. That's the most important thing, a massive goal at a really important time. But it could be in again here. Mariona Del Dente tried to go forward, it wouldn't have counted anyway because the flag went up in the end.
60, 70 years ago.
Big goal from Barcelona. They trust the process, they trust their way of playing, and they've been caught out a little at the back in terms of going forward, and that was offside, wasn't it? Ball over the top round the corner. They need the big players like Putellas to step up if they're going to stay in this
And the
final.
people are all in them, but nobody's out on the streets. So we had 2 coppers with us. Marion bought a copper, mate. So we had 2
Barcelona forgot about the Lyon threat going forward, and they just reminded them just before half time. As the crowd are walking up.
A butch.
Well, no team has ever recovered from this big of a defeat in a Women's Champions League final. But this is a very different Barcelona side. They've got that goal back, 3-1. They have to do some defending now to try and stop this set piece from Lyon. And it'll be Vicario.
Nah. Definitely not.
Wendy Renard, Anna Hegerberg. 2 of the players ready in there for Lyon. Corner comes in, punched away by Panos.
Right.
And now the counter could be off. Al dente.
There's 19 of us there in the
Bonmati.
There was quite a lot of
There's
very
still so much more to
attractive
come in this final,
younger
isn't there?
girls
Listen,
and
the
the
final
students
score you could
doing the
not predict
show.
in this game
So
because
when you show
of the
things,
strength
Fred
that
got
both
up, went
teams
to the
have
two
got going
coppers
forward.
and turned himself in.
What show?
Chiara.
Theatre we went to.
Spotted Lawford. He's in a bit of space in that little good touch. Looking to cross it in. Buchanan and Mbop had to work together to stop that from being a danger.
It was a bunch of students, a
Al
bunch of
dente.
drama students, music students, whatever, doing half a dozen musicals. So they did Les Miserables,
Graham
whatever
Hansen.
you call it.
Just waiting to release that
Mamma
ball.
Mia.
Perhaps waited a little bit too long because Henri got in the way.
What they did, there was 6 of them. Chess, I've never even heard of.
Cascarino.
Chess.
He's just moved to that left-hand side,
You
Lucy
heard of
Cascarino.
Chess, the musical.
Yeah, I think
Nor have I.
she's been defending, hadn't she? But that's still Leon. I still think
I
they've got an issue
can't
with the
remember the
outball
others,
and where they go when
they
Barcelona
were brilliant.
have
They
them,
were
suffocate them
absolutely
in the
brilliant.
defensive third, and that has to be better. You have to support Hegerberg in that.
What was the first group?
So they've done really well to
It's a
get
Stratford
themselves
Playhouse
3
or
goals.
something like that.
Well, the fans weren't happy with that, were they? As the board goes up 4 minutes. Added
They were
on, it
getting
was a foul
standing
on.
ovation
Dizzy Haran
in
from
5
the
minutes.
Barcelona captain Alexia Putellas. You know, what little challenges
About
like
as
that
big as a
top being
celebrity
given free kicks. I
juice
think that's the
studio,
reaction of the
probably.
Barca crowd.
Is that like pretty popular
Free
over
kick
there,
is
or
taken.
is it like
Trying to get it as high as the pitch as possible.
people
Got it, still down.
I don't know, it's a big tourist spot.
Horror with the cross in.
Stratford, because
Cascarino.
Shakespeare was born and died there. So you've got Shakespeare's
Just tried a look.
house,
And they're just completely unforgiving. Leon,
Anne
they are
Hathaway's
determined
cottage.
to just rack up the goals if they can, and that's another
Yeah,
good
it's the
move.
sort of bottom of
They're physical in the
my
jumps.
Yeah. So
Relentless in the way that they're pushing bodies forward in that final third, but you can still see Barcelona scoring more goals in this game.
Well, incredibly, Delphine Cascarino hasn't scored in the Champions League this season, even though she's so vital to a lot of the Lyon goals. Torrejon.
Shame I didn't do the Back to the Future musical. I'd like to see what that's like.
That's what I mean by the outball. That ball has to go to somebody, whether it's Hegerberg or whether it's Macario, who's usually back
There is
defending.
one on in London at the moment.
Against Bonmati or Putellas. Just allows Barcelona the ball back.
But if you listen to Magic Radio, they keep telling you it's been voted as the top musical of the hour. You had Magic on? Yeah.
So I knew she would book her because she'd done the same with Leon. Keeping Leon on challenge on that far side, but Leon need to keep flooding and stay narrow, and they've not got it. It's a late challenge from Hegerberg.
Yeah, it was a good week.
But like I say, when you're playing physically, you're always on the edge in terms of giving fouls away or yellow cards.
Well, they played 2 minutes of the fourth, added on in this first half.
I know they're
How
all
much should
talking
a boost
about
would it
doing it more
give
often. I don't know
Barcelona
how
if they were
often
able
I
to get
want to
another
keep
goal
trotting
back?
off. I mean,
Al dente.
I didn't even have anything to do with it. Fred did
Graham
it all.
Hansen, an important stop there from Wendy Renard. They've got themselves a corner.
This game has ebbed and flowed so much in the first half. Leon have just scored it in their moments of momentum.
They're taking it quickly.
Yeah.
Putellas pops that ball into the area. And it's claimed by Enver.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably happily go a couple of times a year.
Yeah. And obviously they both have to be around summer or just before.
Yeah.
Looking for Malard, but got it on in the way.
Nah,
Paredes.
we had lovely weather up there. What's the weather been up here like here this week?
How do Barcelona need to come out in the second half, Lucy?
Well, they need to pass it as well as they have done in the best parts of this first half, because they know that they can score goals. They score goals all season.
We had
For the
some
last couple
rain
of seasons,
when
that's all they
we
do is
come
score
out of the
goals.
theatre
So they need to make sure that they're better in possession in that final third. But mostly defend better, defend this Lyon team who are aggressive, physical in that final
The rest
third.
of the days were really nice.
That's good.
Well, that's it for the first half, and what an entertaining first half we have had. We've had goals galore, and it's Lyon who are the side in control. I have to say, Selma Basha, what a game she's had. But the opening goal from Amandine Henry is the goal that everyone will remember in this Champions League final, because it was superb. And she got the ball rolling for Lyon, because then Anna Hagerberg got in on the action to make it 2-0. Macario got in the action as well. And then Alexis is getting a goal back.
500 thread Egyptian cotton sheets.
But it's been an outstanding first half in this Champions League final. And really, there's so much more to come in the second half. No one can predict what's going to happen, but we can't wait to get back underway in the second half. Half-time score, Barcelona 1, Lyon 3.
She's got a rose in her.
We calmed her down a bit, just kept taking the piss out of her.
What made her see how ridiculous she was?
Probably. But when they finished the Ed show, the musical director came on and sang his version of Meatloaf. I can't do that, whatever his big record is.
Yeah.
And
what? What's Meatloaf's?
It's impossible.
Would do anything.
That's it, yeah.
To take hold of the world spotlight overnight.
So he did quite a long rendition of that.
Be a
quite a good one.
A powerful
and she's moaning when we got to
or compete as a trans woman.
I wish she hadn't sung that last. That's not the song I wanted left in my head at the end of it. I said, oh, shut up. I said, what was the thread count on the seat covers in there?
Impossible.
Gradually, she started to laugh at herself a bit more.
So it is indeed Lyon that have a 3-1 lead at half-time. Now, if you'd watched the 2019 final between these two, you might believe the story and the scoreline. However, if you'd watched Barcelona this season, they'd only lost one game all campaign, and that was against Wolfsburg. It's hard to believe that they were dominated so much by Lyon. However, certainly Ian Wright knew that it would be tough for them.
Well, we knew it was going to be tough because we know what it means to Lyon to be back here. And what they've shown at the start of this game, especially when you see the attention they've shown to Alexis Patel, that they weren't going to give her no time on the ball. They weren't going to give them no time in the final third. And they just put them under pressure right from the start.
And we said there was going to be goals, and we've seen one of the best goals I've seen in a very long time from Amandine Henry. I mean, what a finish. At the highest level, you know. And it was weird because after about 30 minutes, it was almost like a carbon copy of last year, the Chelsea game, and the year before. And Barcelona just haven't got out of their own half. And I said it before the game, you know, Lyon had to take the game to them. Remember we said if they took the game to them, maybe they might put the ball around them, but you've got to try it. But this Barcelona team, I mean, it's 3-1, they got one back in it, Mateus, but Lyon have been absolutely fantastic, but there's been so many unforced errors in that back line, uncharacteristic, like from Barcelona. But we did highlight Marta Torreon, Rolfo before the game. You know, Rolfo's great going forward, but full-back positions, they've taken advantage of that. And Hegerberg, you know, a player like that, Righty mentioned it before the game, you cannot give any player that much time. She stays in centrally, and look what happens.
When
The pressure on Mateus has been key at this, hasn't it?
Well, it has, because she's their main playmaker and everything goes through her. They still had chances, even when but this is what I'm talking about with them. Look at that pressure right in on them. Wonderwall again here.
And that's Lindsay Horan as well.
Absolutely. There she is, you can see, look, she's already on her way. Bang. And this is what I'm saying, like we mentioned, Xavi and Iniesta, who can take the ball from players around them. They're putting
So
her
I
under
went in
pressure.
the
Look,
other
watch
bed.
this. Once it goes
When I
into
got
her,
up next
right, when
morning,
she's
I
got her
went to the
time, look at
manager.
that.
I said,
Three
my
players.
mate got up in the
Only
middle of the
option
night and
really
left the
she's got
hotel
is behind.
completely
To go
because she got a
backwards.
bed
Yeah.
to stay.
And then got Batsy as well.
To give
Obviously,
me
they had
about
to make
70
a
quid back.
tactical decision with Ellie Carpenter going off, but they've
Here's
adapted
the goal,
to it so
this is the
easily.
goal. Right, I think, yeah, she wins the ball here, but look at this challenge. Bang.
Yeah.
They're right amongst
Right in
her
your
again.
face.
She's close to her. No one's too far away from her. And then it's all down to Henri here. This is
And Armandine
worthy
Henri,
of winning
she's
the
not
game.
known for scoring loads of goals, but when
Wow.
she does, her and Lindsay Horan have a fantastic partnership. They did it at the Portland Storms, and they're fantastic. And this is, I mean, I could watch this goal all day and all night.
It's,
She's won the ball there, and no
it's a
one's
small
saving that. I mean, you can
challenge,
ask questions of the
going
keeper
down
to a
that.
certain
Funny
degree,
enough,
but I
not
think
too
if there's two
far
or three
away from where I
goalkeepers, they're not
was.
saving that. But this all comes from the press,
was in
you know,
Bristol.
pressing it in there, fantastic. We can see this from different angles. Look at that. I mean, we were up off about 6. We couldn't believe it.
I love the way she won the ball. And she's up. And then bang.
What a strike.
Super
That
stuff.
will go
Worthy.
down as one of the goals of the season.
Absolutely.
One of the goals of all time, in like Champions history, not goals of the season. That's as good as it gets. That's
Unbelievable.
magnificent.
And she's a player that I think goes underneath the radar sometimes. Obviously, we talk about the Hegerbergs, the Wendy Renards, but I've played against Armandine Henri many times. She's similar to N'Golo Kante. Does a lot of dirty work for the rest of her teammates, but tonight she's also getting forward. And I think Lindsay Horan, coming in from America, you know, has allowed her, freed her up that opportunity to go. Because they have a really good partnership when they were at the Portland Storms, and now they're doing it here, and it's amazing.
Now, we were not going to see a game without Hegerberg having her say, and she certainly did for the second goal.
Yeah.
Again, it's come from across. It's come from the fact that they're pressing, they're winning the ball, and they're very.
It was a
and when
rest,
they've got
that was
the
the
ball,
main
they're being
thing.
very calm. You know what I mean? They're not in any rush. Barcelona all over the place.
I'm not
For me, this
constantly
1-2 should
doing
not be
shit at
happening.
home.
But like, she does well. She doesn't go over a runner. And look at Hegerberg in between again.
Maybe Lyon has to do better there as well. Like both of them, Paredes has to do better as well. I mean, they're almost taking their game to them. This is what Barcelona usually do. They're not tight enough. You can't give any player that much time. They shouldn't be able to pop it round them like this. And it's a great ball. I mean, the delivery, we mentioned it before the game. The delivery is going to be
her delivery, right, was key.
Absolutely, but you cannot leave
First
Hegerberg
night,
there.
well, the night
You know, it
before,
pains me to look at that and watch it because we know how good she is. And like I say, look at the
first
ball
night I
coming
was
in,
there,
you know,
got back
Rosario is
2.5
fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. And all the
Should be
balls
clear.
in.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And as you both pointed out, pre-match writing,
And
don't give them that joy on the wings
morning
because they will
every
hurt
night
them.
after that,
Well,
I was
I'm
going to
very
bed about
surprised
midnight
at
and waking
the
up
amount of
about
time
6
they've got
o'clock in the
when they
morning.
get to the wing to get the crosses in.
And
You know,
I was just
it's
getting
one
up
of
and
their
going to
strengths.
breakfast.
They look shell-shocked. Barcelona look shell-shocked, and I feel like maybe 2019's in their mind, but they should have got that out of their brain because last year they annihilated Chelsea in the first 20 minutes, and today...
But the thing is, Lee, they've still had a couple of chances where they've Rofo, Alexi Putellas have got a bit of time and they created something. And for me, should have done better with
And
it.
Ashuala, for me, has to come on in the second half. They need to stretch the game, they need to take it to them. Jenny Hermoso checking to feet, fantastic player, great goal scorer, but Ashuala offers something different. And Wendy Renard, if she sees Ashuala coming on, I believe she's going to be scared.
Right, well it didn't end there, did it? Let's talk about 3-0. Tell me how good this goal was.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. Again, but again, it's another giveaway from Barcelona, uncharacteristic, like, you know, and they can do the dirty work, Lyon. They don't always have to pop it around. It's a fantastic ball down the outside, you know, into around, it comes in there to Millar, and it's like, you know, a giveaway again, she's got to get rid of that. She's got Paredes, she's got to get rid of that. And again, this is happening, but they all count, but this is really poor. Goalkeeper from Panos, she's given away the ball, uncharacteristic, like this kind of gives it away, doesn't even look for a teammate, and you know, they're all over the place. Paredes, Mapi Lyon, Marta Torreon is all over the place. Ball comes in, she can clear that, Ian. She can clear that, and she does it.
But like, you know, when you look at it,
they got their arms up offside.
Look at her, she should have been closer to Macario. She's gone in to win the ball. She's ball watching. Because at the moment,
you've got to clear it. Sometimes you've got to clear it. It's not pretty, but you can't play around in your 18-yard box like that, especially with a team like Lyon.
Whatever their opinions are.
Yeah, catalogue of errors really there for Barcelona. Macario still had to get the job done there. She still had to be there, didn't she, to get that ball in the back of the net.
Well, that's their game. Their game plan is to press them high. Don't give Putellas any time. Win the ball. Get the ball in the box as soon as you can. Because what's happening with Barcelona, what we're seeing with their defense, is when they lose the ball in this area, they're all over the place because they're not used.
Exactly. We highlighted that before the game. They're not used to the ball turning over. They're not used to not having time on the ball. We saw an opportunity where Hegerberg nearly, you know, scored. They gave way to Paredes, was dwelling on the ball, gave it, and then Hegerberg got it. I thought she could have taken it. She could have taken it around the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper did well in the end. But you know, they're taking the game to them.
However, Barcelona are back in it, and of course their captain had to step up, and she turned things around just in those last few minutes.
Absolutely, and it's a good finish as well, you know, they all count, but she's in the right place, and Matea's, we look at her best player in the world at this moment in time, she needs to lead her team, and that's exactly what she's doing. It's 3-1. It's a difficult scoreline. I think Lyon have been all over Barcelona, but they could definitely go in at half time, you know, 3-1's much better. That's a great finish. Great finish.
Who knew when I
Step
took you
up.
to that women's match day that he's going to get so into women's
She's
football?
capable of just staying on the edge of the play. You see where she is there now. Now there she goes. And then, bam, she gets in the box, and with her quality, you
And Jenny
expect her to
Hermoso
go.
as well was taking away Renard. They looked like they had her in the 2v1 in that situation centrally. She holds her run. Mateas then makes it last minute. And Botbati, but we have to talk about Khadija Buchanan coming into the game, Ellie Carpenter going out, and Botbati, you know, had to make a tactical decision early on because she's gone out to the fullback now, and they've adapted to that pretty quickly.
How much could that goal change things in the second half? That's the question, because
exactly.
it gives them something.
It's a perfect time for them to score, because what that will do, that will let them know that they need to just calm down. They've got themselves back in the game. So what they want to do now is not concede in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes to start the second half, and just play themselves in. Because if they score the next goal, then Lyon will start to step.
And they did gain confidence. When they scored, they gained confidence. They were popping it around a little bit more higher up the pitch, but you know, if Lyon get the next goal, I think it's over. But the 3-1, I think flatters them a little bit.
Okay, it's now time to get another view on this first half. Semra Hunter is standing by with a very special guest. A very special guest indeed. I'm with Ashley Lawrence of PSG, somebody who knows all too well what it's like to go up against Lyon. Ashley, it's been such a statement performance from Lyon so far. They're really trying to remind everybody that they're the club with history, prestige in this competition, and they've been magnificent when it comes to the pressing. But from your perspective, what have they done besides that to really take Barcelona out of their game?
Yeah, I think that Lyon has really showed their experience from the get-go. They know the style of Barcelona, the possession. They want to keep the ball in Lyon from the beginning. They press super high, and they're really able to stabilize Barcelona's style of play. But on top of that, they're super physical, and they've been really efficient, scoring 3 goals with not that many chances. I think it shows, again, their experience that comes through. A lot of big players stepping up in big moments. And it's really rattled Barcelona, but really good that Barcelona got 1 goal before halftime, because it's not over. There's a second half to play still.
And that's the thing, right? When it was 3-0 up, it kind of seemed like, oh no, this could be a case of deja vu all over again. But Alexia Putellas pulling one back. Results-wise, it absolutely does keep them in the game. But in terms of the football, what has to change?
I don't know how you say it when you say it letter by letter. It's called something with the...
In that halftime talk, what would you say to his players right now to say, listen, we're still in this, we can come back?
I think the biggest thing that he'll say is just stay calm and play our game. Barcelona, they've showed with their style of play, the success that they've had last year and throughout the Champions League and in their league and every other competition this year. So I think it's about being focused, being calm, no longer conceding any more goals because they can stay in the game, but it's important for them to score. So just be composed on the ball, and they have to be efficient for the net.
All right, well there you go. Thank you very much, Ashley. It's been a pleasure. And as she well said, this game is not over yet, Seema. There's still a long way to go. I don't think you're wrong there, Semra. Well, look, while we've been seeing a battle of our own out here today in Turin, there's another battle going on at the O2 Arena, and Laura Roots is standing by to tell us more.
Yeah, the chubbiness.
People out there, we have our very own brilliant atmosphere building up nicely here at the O2 tonight as well. South London's Joshua Boazzi and Craig Richards are going to fight it out for local bragging rights here on our main event on DAZN. And Tony Belly's here, so is Connor Ben. Tony, just sum up this one for us.
Yeah, and also,
this is local bragging rights, Laura. You know, these two guys have got history before together with amateur days. But tonight, if that was the case, I wouldn't have to do as a professional. It's a completely different game. I can't wait to see them two go to war.
Connor, what are you expecting from this?
This is going to be a tough fight for both men. I can't see the fight going to points. This is two guys from the same area, two street kids going from the same area, but putting it all on the line. Their pride's on the line. And this is really bragging rights. So let's see who's got it.
It's been spicy already. We are gearing up for a night of world-class boxing. We hope that you can join us as well. Me, Laura Woods, Tony Belly, and of course Connor Ben for what will be our very own cup final. We'll see you then.
Dexter comes down the table.
And have you got a card reader? What? Got a card reader? What type?
I'm Ellie
microSIMs or
I'm a model.
Of any description.
And a dancer. From my living room to magazine covers. I make my own rhythms. The industry had to keep up. I was born this way.
That thing that you got
This.
on my plate.
My story is not impossible. Because I am possible.
I can't remember what if you can find it.
And there is the full-time whistle. The dream is over for Emma Hayes and her players.
Some of you ain't been good enough. So many of you are. This is Chelsea.
Some breaking news. Sam Kerr is joining Chelsea on a 2.5-year deal.
Take your home insurance thing.
Well, we're back underway in the second half. It's Lyon who lead by 3 goals to 1. Barcelona got themselves right back into this one.
I need to get some.
But wow, what a first half we had. We've already had a substitution with Assistant Oshuala coming on for Jenny Hermoso. And what do you want to see from the two teams in the second half, Lucy?
Well, I think Oshuala has come on because there was no real threat in behind in terms of a runner for Barcelona that'll affect Lyon. So every single attacker that Barcelona have offers something different, and Oshuala will just test and keep those two centre-backs honest for Lyon and cause problems in behind.
Well, it's been a busy evening already for the Barcelona defenders. They've let 3 go by them. And I'm sure the message at half-time will be they can get some more goals. They're right back into this. Perhaps that goal from Alexia Putellas was just the catalyst to what could be a Barcelona comeback. And what a comeback that would be, Lucy.
It would, and Barcelona just need to keep passing the ball well, and they've struggled in their own defensive third and not got out like they are doing at the moment.
Oshuala trying to get there first, and she's the first change for Barcelona in the second half. Napoleon. Here's Patrick Guillaume. Graham Hansen finds Bonmati. Graham Hansen will try and get to this, but it was running away from her, and Wendy Renard just saw it go out.
In the first half, we were talking about momentum switching between the two teams, and what Lyon did well is they scored when they had the momentum. Barcelona, they did it 3 times, Barcelona only did it once. And so in big moments, Lyon produced, and they need to keep that going in the second half if they're going to keep the distance between them and Barcelona in this game.
Napoleon. Back to Irene Paredes. It's Torrejon. The ball was picked up by Basha. Sent all the way back, and Oshuala trying to put the pressure there on Wendy Renard. And it will be a free kick. Aitana Bonmati went down, and this is a good position for Barcelona.
Yeah, well, it showed the difference in pace with Renard and Oshuala. Renard does not want to be in a foot race with Oshuala, so actually that was at their own making. Barcelona win it high. He is said to have fouled on Mati, but a little bit more front foot, I would say, from Barcelona, which they weren't really in the first half.
So, Carolina Graham Hansen and Alexia Putellas, the two players ready to take this free kick. Listen to the noise. It's Putellas, just tried to give it there to Graham Hansen, but it was spotted straight away by Mallard, and now Lyon can try and come forward.
Yeah. Enjoy your match, go.
Hegerberg. Back to Basha.
They're really comfortable in that situation, just set up to counter Lyon. A lot of their good work by pressing high, but they're just as comfortable just sitting and countering quickly. Barcelona will try and get their rhythm of passing going, and Lyon will try and disrupt that. If I was at Barcelona, I'd look to try and switch play as much as possible and drag Lyon out of those central areas where they've been really dominant in terms of the press.
Well, wow, Barcelona have already wrapped up their league title. Lyon still yet to finish theirs, and here they come again, looking to add insult to injury. Mallard! As well struck in the end, but straight into the hands of Panos. Guteas. What's also interesting about today, Lucy, is that we're seeing so many players right in front of us who are going to be playing in the Women's Euros that's coming up in the summer. France against Spain, there's so many players on that pitch that'll be there in that tournament, and this is a really good way to see how those two teams and two countries are going to be performing against each other.
Yeah, it's sort of like an early sussing out of each other, isn't it? And you know, the Spanish national team have really raised their levels, in correlation to how Barcelona have raised their levels over recent years.
Barcelona have only lost one game this season, and that was that 2-0 away defeat in the Champions League against Wolfsburg. It didn't really matter for them anyway, because regardless of that result, that 2-0 defeat, they were through to the final, having beaten them so comfortably in the first leg.
Yeah, there have been examples this season of how to play against Barcelona, but it's only for little parts of games. Real Madrid did it in one of the games, and Wolfsburg obviously did it in the return leg, but the game was won by Barcelona. But this is a big test in how they react.
Renard. Macario. Mallard. Looking to release that ball for Hegerberg. Great example of the high line that Barcelona like to play. You can only play a high line if you've got pressure on the ball, and more often than not will have pressure with the numbers that they've got. Here's Lindsay Moran. Space opening up here for Cascarino! She saw the top corner, she was aiming for it, and it inches wide.
Yeah, their intricate bit of play on the outside of the area, Lyon, has been absolutely top class. The first touch took it away from her, Cascarino, but she did really well to get it back, but didn't have the accuracy. But again, they threatened.
Straight away, Barcelona hoping to get themselves back in this game. Lyon dominating at the moment with the chances. Oh, Renard wasn't able to clear it. Oshuala got in there, and here's Puteas, and the flag is up.
Yeah, which is a good block, wasn't it, from Oshuala, but it just meant just ventured offside there on that right hand side, an obvious one for the assistant referee.
Ball finds Hegerberg and Moran. Now Mallard. An important clearance from Torrejon. chances than Barcelona. It's a rare thing, really, that Barcelona are ever outdone by chances. They've had almost double the amount of chances than the second best team in the Champions League, which were PSG before they were knocked out. Yeah, they've set the stall out really early, Lyon, and the way that they're playing, they're aggressive, they're determined in those fouls, and their patterns of play in the final third are excellent. Into Hegerberg, out wide, a lot of support around the play with the ball. Basha. And it's Piqué who gets the ball back for Barcelona. Basha straight back to it. Mbok. Cascarino. We're still looking, Cascarino, for a first Champions League goal this season. And when you look at this current Lyon side, they've got the experience, but they're starting to bring in that younger talent that's coming through the ranks. Yeah, they've managed to stay at a high level, even though they're going through a transition period, which is so difficult for a club, particularly a club as successful as Lyon. But the younger player that they've brought in are raising the level of the experienced players, and it just means that they're performing at the high. They have to perform at the top of their game to beat Barcelona today, and so far that they've certainly done that. You could sense that they wanted to prove a point as well, Lyon, because they are the most successful club in European history, but at the moment a lot of people are talking about Barcelona. Listen, every interview that I've read with a Lyon player, it's got under their skin that people are just talking about Barcelona. So all that has got together and it's just made them more determined this evening. As Hegerberg up against Paredes, and it's Paredes who won that battle. Actually, the intensity is a little lower, understandable because it's been very, very warm this evening, but in terms of the start to the second half, Lyon will be very, very happy that they've just quelled the crowd. That's a massive thing because Barcelona players just feed off the energy of the crowd. Again, Oshuala putting the pressure on at the back. And almost caught out Kadisha Buchanan. Mallard finds Lindsay Horan. Lindeberg's asking for it. This is nice work from Lyon, and it took an important touch away from Rolfert. Basha holding on to this possession and does brilliantly well. Macario back to Horan, and here's en route. Mbok couldn't quite get there, and happily on to send it away. That's actually a really good play from Lyon. They couldn't get in on the left-hand side, even though they passed it well, so they just came out, recycled them on this right-hand side, all the while just keeping possession. And they've been caught here, Lyon. And they're trying to go from distance. Oh! Off the crossbar from Patrick Guijalo. Wow! Imagine if that had gone in, Lucy. Listen, this girl has vision, and that is the perfect example of her vision. She's always looking elsewhere just to see what she can see, and that is some effort. Henry was beaten, wasn't she? What an effort. Do you know, this game has had absolutely everything. Wow, wow, wow. The two things there, you have to have the vision to see it, but also you have to execute it. As you see where the keeper is, and you see where she just chips it in. The people behind, the fans behind, cannot believe what they've just watched. Well, she was backpedaling, wasn't she? Christiane Endler, who has had to have some treatment. I think because of the way she landed, trying to save that. But that will surely give this Barcelona side a bit of energy. Well, there's going to be some changes for Barcelona. Marta Torrejon and Mariana Caldente are the two players who will be replaced. Čenogorčević and Lika Martins. Come on.
And that's the thing about this Barcelona team. They have that strength, they have the players to come on. They will come on and they will play in an attacking sense just like the rest of them do, but they have got that strength in depth. 3 subs we've seen so far, top class players who've come on.
You have to say, 2 very attacking changes as well, Lucy.
Yeah, well that's the only thing they don't mean. So now they're just trying, well, we'll put other forwards on, or we'll put other forward-thinking players on, just to test Lyon. They have to ask more questions of Lyon.
Well, the good news for Lyon is that Endler is seemingly okay to continue. Jonathan Giraldes, the Barcelona coach, making a couple more changes in this second half to see if he can get his side back in this time. The ball looking for Oshamala, but Renard's got a foot to it.
At the moment, there's just a bit more nous, there's a bit more tactical acumen from, and the decision making of Lyon is at a better level than Barcelona's in this game, and they knew coming into it that's what they'd have to do to get the better of the Barcelona team. I still think the game's in the balance. I honestly do. I still think if Barcelona get the next goal, then it's going to be really interesting. But they're just losing their heads a little.
Hegerberg. Took a block from Paul Martin. I don't think she was expecting it. Nico Martins has been called out. Here's Cascarino. Stopped by Napoleon. Cascarino stays down. Oshuala. Here's Rolfer. That's a nice looking ball for Oshuala to run onto. She doesn't have any options for her though in the box, and I think she realised because the flag was going up.
Yeah, she did look offside. It's so difficult for players, the Lyon players. I think it was Basha had a hand up at the far side. She knew it was offside, but when you don't get the flag, you've got to still keep playing, just in case. I think the first touch was not the best Oshuala and enabled Lyon to get back in anyway. So Lyon are going to do anything just to make this game just a little bit bittier than it is. This second half, I think they've done that really well.
Mateus looking for Nico Martins. Cascarino trying to get away, but again they've done well, Barcelona, just to stop that move from coming in, because they know how dangerous she can be when she tries to cut inside and get those balls in the box. I think Cascarino.
Don't deliver, I think.
Bon Mati. Here's Olfer. It's away from Mbok. He decides to go for goal, and it was going into the side netting.
And that's what we're used to seeing Rolfer as a full-back or a wide player right up the pitch. She did it a couple of times in the first half, just a good ball into the box, just do it then.
Ball taken away there from Alexia Putellas. The referee had to think about it, and she's pulled it back.
Just on the edge, Lyon again. Some of the challenges are foul, and the referee's done well with both teams.
What's going on now?
Well, she's not having that. The referee.
I think she's been good. The referee. She's getting a grip of it when she needs to.
And Macario has been shown a yellow.
She's allowed the game to flow, but Lyon have to stay right on the edge.
On the
ball. Physicality like that.
Bonmati. This looks promising for Barcelona. Bonmati being allowed to run all the way through. And in the end, it took a wall of those white shirts to stop her. They'll keep pushing though, Barcelona. Gudeas. Just left there by Martins, who couldn't get to it.
Yeah, the worst thing Lyon could do is allow Barcelona to get into that rhythm of passing and just do what they do best.
Yeah.
And Schwab.
But when that went
off with Deas.
No, you just played through
The nerves start to set in if you are the Lyon coach, Sonia Bonpastor.
I don't think she's got nerves in her, to be honest. I think she's given her team a game plan. She's highly experienced. She knows that her players are capable of carrying out that game plan, but whether they can do that for 90 minutes against this excellent Barcelona team, we shall soon see.
Bit of a shitty picture, but it's 28 years ago.
Oh, what a lovely thing. What's she sitting on?
She's sitting in a box.
Martins. And Schwab.
Just like that with you. You know,
They decide to switch it to Paredes. Shunagorchevich. Cross from Graham Hansen was rebounded off Basha.
I need to do that because my back's hurting.
Happy Lyon will pick this up, and there is a bit of space, but the player's been stopped.
Now, whether you like it or not, Lyon are managing this second half very, very well, and that's the experience. It's been stop-start. Barcelona are getting frustrated. That probably is a foul. Macario just meant that the game is stopped again. Another break in the game. Look how frustrated he's getting on the sideline because it stops his team doing what they're good at. But this is the Champions League final, so you're not going to play into the hands of Barcelona when you're 3-1 up.
Lyon also ready to make a change. Eugenie Le Sommer. They're actually asking. They could just hang on with the change. Lyon.
That's coming out, I believe, the assistant coach just knows that
Look,
what make the change that they're going
it's a video now come across. The Salem.
Coming off.
I was playing with Dexter with it, that toy, and now I'm doing it with Salem. Don't think so.
Mario sitting up. Just have a look at that again, Lucy.
Yeah, it's just an arm across.
He's such a noisy bagger, wasn't he?
Just when your arms go like that, it's to just balance yourself out. And it will be a sore one. You see the Barcelona players getting frustrated. You cannot let it affect you. You cannot let these stoppages in play affect what you're doing. This is a massive test for Barcelona. This is one
I
that's
sent it
not
to you on
really
Messenger.
been
No
subjected
WhatsApp.
to in the last
Messenger.
couple of years while they've dominated.
Well, the board did go up for the change for Lyon, but Eugenie Le Sommer has put her bid back on. She's not come on the pitch. Lyon haven't made their change yet. Tactical, Lucy?
Well, I think they're just waiting to see what Macario, obviously wasn't Macario that they were going to take off, and they just see whether she's well enough to come back on. If not, then she will be the substitute.
Macario is back on the pitch. There's Napoleon through to Gudeas. pressure has been on her all night.
She has, and she is the best player in the world. And when even the best player in the world is put under pressure, they make mistakes.
We've got 20 odd minutes to get to goal.
Who's the favourites?
I thought it was Barcelona, I don't know.
That might be in the men's game.
Leon made them look like Arsenal. Men's team.
Yes.
Dad Arsenal have you done?
Definitely got a different feel in the second half, Lucy.
And that is because of the way that Lyon are playing and just trying to manage the game as much as possible. They don't need to score again, Lyon, but they need to ensure that Barcelona don't.
Oh, what was that pass?
Bash.
I keep being out of picture. Well, not out of picture completely, but what's the script?
Did you record that video like on that thing at the time?
What? Hey?
When you recorded that video
Here's Bonmati.
Oh yeah. It's 2018. I don't know what it was on. I think it might be on my computer by the way I was lifting it.
Martins. Stanley Basher.
She's had a great game, Basher. Wow. Defensively and offensively.
And here she goes again. There's an opportunity for Selma Basher to try and come forward, but it was well stopped by Mappy Lyon. And now Selma Basher goes down. The play continues. You can hear all the Barcelona fans are hoping that Barcelona will make something of this whilst Basher was just away from her position.
It was a little bit like a pantomime there. She's the villain on that side. Basher.
Happily on with the ball in. Well, they're having a good evening, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the ones making the noise at the moment. They're happy with their team's performance.
Yeah.
So here is the change. It is definitely happening this time. Melvin Mallard makes way for Eugénie Le Sommer, who also recently rejoined Lyon. She was at OL Reign until December when she rejoined Lyon back in January.
He's hiding from you there.
She's their club record scorer. 277 goals in 343 appearances for Lyon. Massively experienced player. Take another cooling break.
Yeah, I think as far as Lyon are concerned in the second half so far, so good. They put another player on who was really experienced and will know how to see a game out at this stage.
They're putting on a player that's won 7 Champions League titles. She's won all of the Champions League titles that Lyon have won. And she knows how to score goals as well. She's France's all-time leading goal scorer.
No one cares about that.
It's quite interesting. They bought Ashwala on Barcelona, but what she's good at, they haven't allowed her to do. Not play those balls in behind. I think Lyon are dropping deeper to deny her that space, and that's all about experience of the centre-backs and the pace of the centre-backs when they do get one on as well. Counter Renard there, I mean, Mbop in the right-back position and Buchanan.
And you saw Claudia Pina for Barcelona. Also
ready to shit off my screen. Was the team advertising our draw with a football game?
Now it's a turn of the Barcelona.
Where's Arsenal's got
to overpower the Lyon
for nothing.
fans.
Big 4-0 back in Europa bloody league.
Here's Cascarina. Lindbergh heading away from her. Martins. Deas. Martins looking to release Ochoa.
Can you see left?
There's been glimpses where Barcelona moved the ball 1 and 2 touch, got it forward, and then it's just broken down for whatever reason. It's bad passing or whether it's good defending. Nathan Martins. Got over 15 minutes. Barcelona to try and score 2 more goals, and this could be another one. And how close was that for Assistant Oshuala? He was in the right place at the right time.
Sort out your hair.
I think the goalkeeper just did enough.
I was offside, but offside anyway.
Just did enough to put her off. Goalkeeper, I don't know where the goalkeeper thought it was going to go.
She's not happy.
That's good play. On the left hand side, it's a pretty good ball into the box. Walter. And that's a let off really, but I think she just ventured offside Oshuala. This is how tiring this game is for all these players. It does help Lyon. Just the time just keeps ticking on. Frustrating Barcelona.
Well, the change that Barcelona are making is Fridolina Rofe off. Claudia Pina comes on. Claudia Pina scored 2 hat-tricks in March and April. She's been a vital player for Barcelona, and she's just 20 years old.
She's some player, and she affects games, and that's exactly what Barcelona need at this stage in a Champions League final.
Oh.
If you could write a script of 75 minutes of...
She let me support Lyon. I don't want to see her crying at the end. Oh, yeah, I have
they have to be perfect for 90.
Oh, no, I won't be
I'm afraid in every game the kids are crying.
Gets the foul.
So that's all part of it. The little nods on, the little headers on, and Hegerberg then getting hold of it, being fouled. It's all part of what Lyon are trying to achieve.
Barcelona have never beaten Lyon in their 3 attempts that they've played each other in the Champions League.
There you go. This is it all to do.
And it would be quite something if they could make a remarkable comeback. Basha with this free kick in here. This is an opportunity for Renard.
She's a defender. I saw her in the World Cup. She headed some goals in. She can't fucking shoot, obviously.
Skill that. She just couldn't quite connect.
She looks like me. How long? That's the 77th minute.
Hegerberg again. Just making things a little bit nervous every time she's around that penalty box.
She plays that role, that 9 role, extremely well. As a pivot, play the ball in, the focus of the attack, and she protects the ball well.
Another thing that Barcelona are used to the past couple of seasons is sharing pretty much most of the possession with Lyon. A team that are used to dominating that possession statistic as Martins looks to deliver that ball in. Guijaro.
I'll give it away now.
Martins. Oshuala's there again, and so is Christian Endler.
It's a drifting ball in, and she needs to be better at stopping the cross. Really, Oshuala in there to try and compete with Endler.
Barcelona want to get on with this quickly. They're not being allowed to do so, and Jonathan Giraldes is furious, but Mbok is down.
So when the stakes are as high as this game, you don't play fair. You make sure that you do as much as you can within the rules. But I have to say that these players are working right at the edge of their physicality, so they are going to have cramp. But the fact that it disrupts the game as well does help Lyon get fluids on board.
Skip that now. Surely he's stopping play now.
And you can see
It just rattled, doesn't it?
Yeah. Ronaldo's having a word with the referee. He wants to get on with this quickly. Claudia Pina. Yeah. He was actually yellow carded for his complaints.
Yeah, he's really, I mean, it's not often you see him rattled.
Don't help his turn, does it?
So free kick to Barcelona.
Big opportunity this. If you can just get another one back at this stage.
What is it then?
They've made a change. Lyon just making Barcelona wait this little bit longer. Perla Maroni. Denise Kamen, the two who have come on. Cascarino makes way. Two defensive changes for Lyon now. And that's what you would expect.
Yeah, they've worked really, really hard. It's just added some legs to the team.
Free kick comes in, goes all the way past most of the players that were waiting for it to be delivered to them. And Ringerberg gets it away. Guijarro. They've got under 10 minutes to try and score 2 goals, Barcelona. Ball looking for Martins Bonmati, was also arriving, kept alive by Mapillon. Ringerberg gets it away.
The distance between the units of Lyon are perfect. They close the spaces right at the right time. They narrow when they need to be and they expand when they need to be as well. And that's just really well coached. Because of that, it's difficult for Barcelona to connect those passes then.
Oshwala. Ball comes in and arriving.
Fucking hell, man.
So close to Shulagorcevic.
Tell you what, Maroni there, she's still sat on the bench. She needs to get up to the concentration level. That's a massive, massive chance and a big let-off. In terms of Lyon players, if not many of them have made mistakes like that. Maroni, she has to get up to the level of the game quickly.
Mapillon. Lika Martins. Oshwala. Claudia Pina's there, but Oshwala holds on to it. Pina. Bonmati. And what a block. They're trying absolutely everything, Barcelona.
Yeah, that was on the line from Lyon. Trying to anticipate where the next shot's coming from, where the next pass is going, and just defending so well as a unit.
With the ball over to Oshwala, she's taken it well, but couldn't get the shots away in the end.
So all these attacks are happening, the clock is just Keeping on ticking.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Now. Heggerberg claims she was taken down there. And so does the referee. And a yellow card is given to Elena Paredes.
She's kept Paredes and Lyon honest all evening. She's engaged with both of them. Heggerberg, and that takes some doing. Because quite a lot of the time, one of them will engage with the centre forward and the other one will be able to play, but they've been sucked right into a scrap with Heggerberg.
Headed away. And here's Martins. Bonmati. They have to go for it, Barcelona.
Yeah, they have to put the ball at risk more in that final third, but it's not what they're used to doing. They're used to playing and looking for those gaps opening up. The gaps have not been there tonight.
Lyon have been outstanding in this final. Ball into Oshuala. Could this be the opportunity that Barcelona need? They just couldn't find the space, and that is something that Lyon have been doing so well this final, closing down those chances.
And again, that physically, that was right on the edge with Oshuala. Renard holding on to her. Oshuala showing what she's got strength-wise, but just guide her away from goal. Barcelona fans thought they were travelling here to see their team lift a second trophy in 2 years, and it's not quite gone their way so far.
Puteas. Corner.
Concentration now, defending wise for Lyon. Barcelona have to come up with some magic, and Lyon's delivery usually has that about it.
Barcelona fans cheering on their team.
What?
Lyon have to defend.
To travel.
Goal kick.
The game has gone into lulls at various points in this second half that Barcelona have struggled to drag themselves out of. Fans were shouting for a foul there. I'm not sure it was.
Oh, babies.
Yeah. Well, it's not them young, they say.
They're like twins. Aren't they?
Nicely dealt with by Banyos. 3 minutes, just under, of normal time left to play. Years ago, Alan Heggerberg scored a 16-minute hat-trick to make it heartbreak for Barcelona. She's on the score sheet again.
This will be their best, if they win this, Lyon, and it's looking that way, a few minutes left, this will be their greatest achievement in Europe, bar absolutely none beating this Barcelona team, I tell you.
Bonmati. Back out to Shenogorcevic. Bonmati. Lyon defending in their numbers. Here's Martins. Looking to play it. Claudia Pina. And now I've got that. Oshuala picks up on it. Oshuala looking to curl on through, and she just couldn't quite find the accuracy. It's just not falling properly for Barcelona. She's tried, Oshuala, to get herself in good positions. To Barcelona. Lyon just getting into the back there, and quite a clear foul, really. Frustrations, perhaps? Yes, definitely frustrating. It's just not, things have just not gone their way. She wasn't going to win that ball there, but she's just making sure she leaves a mark on there, and I think that is the greatest praise you can give to this Lyon team tonight. Is fouls like that at this stage of the game.
7. Yeah, not quite a bit.
She's got it right back. 7 minutes added on.
Need one now.
Back out to Graham Hansen. Crosses it in.
Oh dear.
And Paredes.
Thought
she had it there. Yeah, she was reaching, wasn't she? I'm not sure whether the better would have been Oshuala. She's already committed to the header.
Just couldn't get on her forehead or something. Or did she? Or was it just because?
I don't think any Barcelona fan can quite believe this. The Lyon fans, though, they would have had all of the confidence in their side today. Nadia Pina with the ball through. Lands to Chernogorcevic. Played over a minute with the 7 added on. I'll tell you what, there's been some 9 out of 10 performances from some of these Lyon players. Hegerberg, Vasher. Comes in Evans. Left by the Lyon players, and you can see Sonia Bonpassor is just pacing around the touchline. She knows what this means. Yeah, the last 5 minutes of this are going to go extremely slow. Quick for him. Sonia Bonpassor nearly there, but not quite. Kept in now by Cayman, but Martin's quickly back to Panos. Bonmati. Alexia Putellas. Mapillon.
Oh, for crying out loud.
It's right there that you need the quality from your experienced players, and they're just running out of steam, running out of hope. They're not. Just look at what it means to those Lyon fans. 4 minutes for Lyon to hold on. Played a perfect performance. They've silenced the doubters, Lyon. Origin challenge, isn't it? Yellow card. There you go, Peroni. substitute. Panos with the free kick. Headed down by Renard.
As cool as you like. That centre half position, knowing where a goalkeeper is. And these Lyon players have given absolutely everything. Cramp all over. She's referee, just in case it is time wasted. She's making sure she's telling everybody she's keeping her watch stopped. But it's not just the time, it disrupts the rhythm and it's all part of it.
Well, for a team that has been so used to winning, Barcelona, they have been shocked this evening.
Yeah, there is a way to play against, obviously this is it tonight, but it's alright saying that, it's not many teams can do it for 90 minutes, and that's what the achievement of Lyon is, being able to do it for this long.
And could add to it.
It's going to be injury time, added to injury time.
Might be Lyon.
It's been quite
and time is running away from Barcelona now.
Quality football, isn't it, than the normalcy from winning?
And Lyon.
Like, it's been pretty frantic. You know how you think, oh, it's a much slower game. Yeah, they haven't been that slow, have they?
Champions League title to their names. Oshuala is looking to catch out Felicia Buchanan. Lyon with the ball in and straight into the hands of Ender.
You think that's that now?
Probably going to be
out of ideas now. Barcelona, they know that they're beaten.
It's party time now for Lyon. They're running down the clock. They've outplayed a Barcelona team who have hardly been outplayed all season.
Yeah, but Barcelona got it up there in quite a bit, but they ain't been able to do anything with it, have they?
No. Sommer looking for Hegerberg. Oh, off the post.
Oh, I thought it was going to be another one there again then.
They just wanted to top it off, didn't they?
What a player she is, Hegerberg, by the way. What a player.
Renard not letting them through. Hegerberg. Renard again. It's getting that ball as far away from danger as possible.
Even if they got a
Played
goal
the
now,
seven.
they wouldn't.
Here's Puteas. Out to Oshuala. Paredes had a go. And there's the full-time whistle.
No.
Lyon have won the Champions League. Make that 8th European title. Olympique Lyonnais have beaten the competition favourites Barcelona. It's an enormous victory as the French reclaim their Champions League winners' status. They're the most successful club in the competition, and tonight they have shown exactly why. They've had so many glorious nights, but tonight will be one Lyon will never forget. Lyon are at the top of Europe. Lyon are on top of the world. And this is a win that means so much to Lyon. You have to spare a thought for the brilliance of Barcelona, who have had a season of a lifetime. They have been so dominant for so long, Barcelona. but they hand their title over to Lyon, who played a perfect performance. There's tears in the eyes of the Lyon captain, Wendy Renard. The goals came in the first half. They outplayed Barcelona. The first goal from Amandine Henry is one she will never forget. It will go down as the goal of the season. Anna Haysbert, the competition's top goal scorer, had to get involved too, didn't she? Caterina Macario, another vital player for Lyon, made it 3-0. We thought perhaps Alexia Putellas had scored the goal for Barcelona that might have got them back in this tie. But they just couldn't find.
Just finished watching the Women's Champions League, Andrew. Well, going to this match, I thought Barcelona would be. I don't think they've got into further matches now. She was early in the match. Yeah. Barcelona, well, apparently the favourites, but Lyon, who won 7 Champions Leagues in 10 seasons, has come and just upset the odds and won 8 in 11 seasons. Even though Barcelona were the favourites, Lyon overcome as underdogs and won.
What a remarkable achievement. They were under pressure coming into this, but it was job done in the first half and a 3-1 scoreline in the end. Leanne, how do you reflect on what we've just seen tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was a fantastic game. You know, I thought Barcelona, they made substitutions in the second half, tried to make change, went at 3 at the back, but it just wasn't enough. And in Lyon in the second half, you know, they played the game well. That's why there were 7 additional minutes at the end because they were going down. You know, sometimes you've got to do those things to see the game out. And, you know, I felt for Barcelona watching those players there because you know, when you're watching the other team, but I believe both these teams respect each other. And I thought it was a really good display. They hit the fans, the crowd was fantastic.
That was a magnificent game. Fantastic advert for the women's game. Thought Lyon started the game fantastically, closed them down, didn't give Alexia Putellas no time to play. They got their goal off the back of it, but I have to say Barcelona, they missed too many chances. They missed gilt-edged chances. For a team of this calibre to miss the chances that they missed. They're going to look back on that, in the second half. And in the first half they had a couple as well. They missed the kind of chances you don't miss.
And you can see exactly what it meant to all of the fans as well, because the fans here tonight, you were saying it as well, Leanne, that you've never heard this stadium this loud before.
No, and I mean, I think it goes to show you, I think it's predominantly Barcelona fans, and as we can see now, you know, they're going behind to the back behind the goal, and they've got a lot of numbers here, and it just goes to show you where the women's game's going, where the women's game's gone, and it's staying here. You know, these numbers are coming out week in, week out now, and it's fantastic, and you know, fair play to all the fans that come here today and made it an amazing occasion, and I feel really blessed to be here.
You've got to say, with Lyon, Seema, the way they've come into this game, they've had to see Barcelona get all the hype, and deservedly so. They played brilliantly, Barcelona, but what I've learned today with Barcelona, they need to play a lot more high-end teams. Because what I saw today was a team that once Lyon went at them, you saw them at the back, they were in sixes and sevens with the goals that were conceded. They didn't seem to be in control of getting the game back. And they've lost like this before, so it was really sad to see, but they created enough chances.
And Amandine Henry, you've got to give a special mention to her. She's absolutely fantastic. Lindsay Horan, their partnership, absolutely brilliant. Because Barcelona, you know, they got more or less played off the pitch today at their own game. They really did. I mean, they're a great team, fantastic team. Ashuala came on at half time, and I said that's what was going to happen. Hermosa went off. They tried to make the substitutes, and it just didn't work out, really.
It's a very interesting point that Righty just made, because these two teams play in different leagues, and the French league, is it more competitive? Do Lyon get to experience tougher games? Because Barcelona won their league by a mile, 59 scored, 11 conceded.
At some stage, for me, Leanne, those stats are going to catch up with you. They're literally romping their league. And what's happening is that for the first time, I saw it with what's that? There was a team. They beat.
I was trying to work for the person they've shown on what it should be.
Right, and they done it, but they didn't have the quality to finish them off.
And Juventus beat them as well, and ended up.
What you see is that they're not getting enough pressure on them, whereas they have to learn from the mistakes they're going to make because of the pressure they're going to get.
And also, I mean, you've got to give credit to Lyon. You know, it's not all bad for Barcelona. They just were beaten by a better team today, and as rightly said, sometimes Lyon have seen the amount of respect and praise that Barcelona are getting last year, going out in the quarter-final to PSG. It's inevitable PSG were going to beat them at some point. They've played them so many times. But, with regards to, competitive leagues, I think obviously these two teams are a bit of an anomaly because they both seem to show up Lyon year and year again. This is Wendy Renaud's eighth Champions League. I mean, come on.
Unbelievable, right? Okay, well, Semra Hunter is now pitchside speaking to Lindsay Horan. Over to you, Semra.
First and foremost, congratulations. What a performance tonight. You guys were brilliant from start to finish. You see what the fans, it means to them. But what does it mean to you? Describe this feeling to me right now.
Well, you can probably see it in my face. This is what I dreamed of ever since I was a little girl, watching, the Men's Champions League, and now look at this stadium and what both Lyon and Barca brought. And winning a game like this and our performance and playing against such an incredible team, it's everything,
And in the build-up, for all the talk of Barcelona being favourites, there was a feeling that you guys had a real point to prove tonight. Is that the case?
I mean, I don't know if it's a point to prove, but it's us being us, focusing on us and knowing that we need to respect the team that came forth and they played a good game, but we played like Lyon, so there you go.
No, amazing. You guys were absolutely brilliant. What did you... Oh, wait for a second. What would you say from your perspective of what you lived out there tonight? What were the keys to your success?
Coming out in the first half and play like we did, scoring the goals that we did. It's incredible.
Okay.
And of course, she was key along with Omandine in the middle of the park, and they made such a difference to pair of them. But she was asked then, did it hurt last year? Of course it hurt. It hurt seeing Barcelona win this title. They've won it for 7 years, 5 in a row. This will feel very sweet.
Absolutely, and Lindsay Horan has won Olympic gold medals. She's won World Cups with the USA. These players are born winners, and they know what it takes, and they perform on the main stage. And unfortunately, the final, there always has to be one winner, but it depends on who turns up on the day. And their game plan works for the first half, not only their goals, but they really took the game to Barcelona. We hoped they were going to do that because we wanted to see a game. And it almost looked like it was all over in the first 20, 30 minutes, almost like a deja vu of the last two, finals. But thankfully, it wasn't like that. Barcelona tried to stay in it, but Lyon just had a really good game plan, saw the game out, and just kind of slowed the game down in the second half. And clearly, Barcelona couldn't get anywhere near it.
These scenes are just great to watch, aren't they? The joys of watching a winning side.
Yeah, and a great side that have had to come back. And like we say, they've had to take on, we have to say, the young pretenders. And I'm sure, you're looking over across there at the Barcelona team, and they must have so many questions to ask themselves, because to be as dominant as they've been throughout this whole season, and then to come into the biggest game of the season against a team that's going to test them. And let's face it, in the first half, they failed miserably.
And they're feeling it. The Barcelona players are over our shoulder, and you can see how much it means, because sometimes I think in football, players don't really show enough emotion.
That trophy is nice.
And the thing is, like I say, with
Arsenal won this competition. Arsenal winning won this competition, but we got the B-Tech one. That one was better.
It seems like they never take anything from that simply because they beat
We need to
teams
win
so
it.
easily. It's almost like
Friday.
I was going through their head here in the beginning, in the first half. I was going through their head that, we did this happen before, conceding early goals. Do you think that was going through their head?
I'm not going to stop it yet, but getting really well. I'm sure they're going to lift the trophy in a minute.
now I'm thinking that's because
Ex-Arsenal players won the trophy.
they maybe underestimated the fact that Lyon were going to come out and do what they've done and contain them and continue to do it. We saw them go down the front. People say it's time wasted, but they put a lot of effort into stopping Barcelona. And Barcelona don't.
And you don't usually see that in a women's game a lot, those dark arts and kind of stuff. Not my cup of tea, but you've got to do what you've got to do to win. I've seen things that Eddie Carpenter,
Right, so. Smile. Hang on a minute. Hang on, what?
Maybe a cup of tea in a minute.
After I've filmed it,
The way she got her teeth saved today, especially in that first half.
A lot of respect on. That's Sonia Van Pastor. I've played against her a number of times, and the fact she's been there, along with Cameron Amelie as her assistant, is fantastic. And now we're seeing Gladio Marchisio, the trophy presentation, a legend of Juventus, and a good friend of mine.
And actually, when we stand here and we watch this, it's actually been quite the remarkable season from start to finish. As I said, record-breaking crowds in the Women's Champions League, but also the group stages, the competitiveness, all of it has been such a joy to watch.
I've got to say as well, with this game being so people can see it, that's only going to help the women's game. More eyes on the game, more commercial, maybe like opportunity. And this game is a great advert for the women's game.
And this is where it's at now, Ian. You know, this is where the women's game's at. Camp Nou's selling out 90,000 tickets. You know, today's more or less sold out. The two teams that are not even from here. So it just goes to show you. So it's fantastic for the game, and the women's game has come on leaps and bounds, and long may it continue.
And let's not forget, it was a team effort across the board. People behind the scenes, of course, the officials, people from Uefa coming together to make tonight happen.
What am I doing?
Like I said, it's come a long way from
Is that the officials? Oh, yeah.
Veronica Bucchetto, who I played with, and she's won this before as well. And we were just saying how amazing it is. And I sound like a stuck record, but it really is. Look at these scenes, look at the people that are all turning up to come and watch the game that we love, and it's fantastic.
Well, at the moment, we're just about to see the Barcelona players walk up to receive their medals, a medal that they will not want. We've seen the joys of winning, but the sadness of losing as well, and that's football for you, Rising.
Well, it is football, but what you want to see, this team and this club has lost this competition in this kind of manner. And what I'm seeing from it is, as much as they're dominating, they've got to learn from this, because this must be very difficult.
I hate it.
They've not lost all season. They've been so dominant. And so to lose in the biggest game is very, very tough for them. I really do feel for them, but they just need more competition in their own league.
I hate it. She's a goat. That is the absolute worst, but they're giving you the guard of honour. Fair play to Lyon doing that, but that is the worst. But you're right, it'll make the players better.
And also, it's physically and emotionally draining when you're on the losing side as well. How do they now get themselves up the end?
I think they will. I mean, you know, you don't become a bad team overnight. You know, you really don't. They've got fantastic players, but they were beaten by a better team today. And all these players have had a great year. You know, they've done well in their league, undefeated, and stuff like that. And it doesn't mean they've had a terrible, terrible game, because Lyon just turned up. The game plan worked well. Lindsay Horan, Amandine Henry, you know, Hegerberg, unreal. All the players turned up.
I think that you say, how do they get over? The fact is, they win all their games. So that's what they're probably going to do again. But then the question we're going to have to ask, or what's going to be answered by Barcelona at home, is can they do what they've done, get here and beat a team like Lyon? Because we know that they're going to leave here. They'll probably beat everybody again next season. And then they're going to be asking themselves the question, when we get there, are we going to turn up? You know, they made enough chances, but they started that game too poorly for a team as good as they are.
So many questions they will need to answer, but for now it's time to turn our attention to the winners. Your champions are Lyon, and they deserve all of the credit for the game plan, for the way they played, for the way they won it in the first half. So let's now sit back and watch the trophy presentation with your commentary team of Lucy Ward and Dean Boolenstein.
Well, this is the moment that Lyon have been waiting for. They were knocked out of the Champions League last season. It was Barcelona who took the title off them last season, and they've claimed it right back. And it's the Barcelona players who are now making a guard of honour for the Lyon players as they get ready to walk through and accept their winner's medal, led out by their manager, Sonia Bonpastor, who won this Champions League twice as a Lyon player. She's now won it with Lyon as the Lyon manager, and how special that will be for her, Lucy. Unbelievable. I tell you what, this is probably the greatest night of her career, because it was an absolutely monumental performance by her team, and her team that she has made sure were ready for this game tonight. This Barcelona team are top level. You know, they won the Champions League with ease last season. So Lyon's performance had to be absolutely perfect, and the manager must take great credit for that. There's Daniela van der Donk, who's not featured for Lyon since November, but she was on the bench today. Gets her winner's medal. Eugénie Le Sommer, a player who is so experienced in this side, came back in January, rejoined this Lyon side, and adds another Champions League title to her name. There have been so many important players for Lyon in this competition. And this will be a night they will never forget. Ellie Carpenter there on crutches. She was a forced change early on in the first half of this game. Her night ended. You're disappointed, but she won't care about that anymore. Amandine Henry will remember this for the rest of her life, because the goal that she scored to open the scoring early on in that first half was nothing short of magnificent. Delphine Cascarino, a gold medal around her neck. There's Lindsay Horan, who also joined up with Lyon in January. She's only been part of the squad for a couple of months. What a moment this must be for her. And there is Ada Hegerberg, who after such a long time out with injury, came back with a bang. She scored a goal tonight. She's the competition's all-time top goal scorer. And she gets another Champions League title. And Wendy Renard, the Lyon captain, cherishes the moment as she holds the Champions League trophy in her hands.
The winners of the Uefa Women's Champions League.
And the Women's Champions League winners 2022 are Lyon!
Get it off! I mean, it should have been me. It should have been me. Everyone's putting everyone out. That's what I'm right. I'm jealous. Boom. We're going to get an up season, man.